Good evening. Glad to have you aboard. Stealth Community, all about you. People, there's a big following, supposedly, for the Democrats. It's bad on both sides of the aisle. And what I think we all should do is make a good, sound, objective, as a human being, as an intelligent specimen, to follow the right side of life. Understand what the equation is before you get into it. My goal is to see people of all walks, all nations, do right, be right, and get treated right. A lot of time that we talk about fascists, we talk about racism, we talk about hatred, we talk about controlling, we talk about kingship, we talk about taking your democracy away. And I never heard so much junk in all my life. But it is the new narrative now. It's the new talk. And people, if you're letting this administration control you, your thoughts, your very ways, and it's blinding you with what the devil wants. Like you got Obama, so many of y'all stood up for that. I don't care, he's a black president, he's a black president, we finally got a black president. Not. Ask him why he changed his birth certificate and he changed all this information, sealed it, so you couldn't see it. He came into the White House under a lie. Why would you go through all of that? You're American, but you have to be American to be a president. So all that was changed. This guy is the black Trojan of racism, hate, one-sided running and cultivating, destroying, downgrading human rights. And he based his whole theory on, again, like Madani, helping his race, helping the poor person. And Obama didn't care nothing for blacks. Didn't do one thing for them. Talk about Jim Crow 2.0, Schumer talking about. We had him already, Schumer. Forget about it. He even saw that blacks were unfit if they didn't vote for Kamala. He think that black men should ease on up on another man. Find out his characteristic. We can learn from them. We can understand their culture a little bit. And there's a lot we can do with them. And y'all didn't know it at the beginning, but he was speaking the truth. Because he did learn from one. He did learn their culture. He has one. You know, you can fix it up, put a wig on it, put fake boobs on it, fake butt. But a sausage is a sausage. And the imprint's been shown all around. I've seen it on a couple of times when she came up to speak for him, or he, whatever it was. course, my lady said, "Oh, well, that might just be jam pegs rolled up on one side." I said, "It's awful big, and it's so uniform. I never seen one do that before." "Oh, you just talking. You way off." "Okay. Am I off now?" She just said, her being a man, she understands what the gay community go through. Deception, lies. How you think that person's gonna fare for you? And they're gonna, I don't care what you are, but you cross the line, people, when you start pushing that, your thoughts, your belief on another person, and their scum or their dirt, or somebody who you don't want to represent, because they're not following your narrative. That's when it becomes wrong to me. How dare you sit there and bring things up like that and push that narrative, not only just us adults, but our kids who can't even make a decision for themselves. And then you target the parents. Don't hit them, don't touch them, don't chastise them, don't say nothing to them. "We got this. All we want you to do is feed them and house them." No. You need to come get these fools because they're yours. Because I'm going to say something. I'm going to tap. I'm going to walk. I'm going to spank. "You eating my food, ain't you?" And that's a serious line when it comes to you eating up my food. And you going to tell me I can't say nothing to them? And you see what that's gotten us in this world? Talk about taking away your democracy. Talk about taking away your future. Talk about being a king, Trump thinking he's a king. That's kingship, total control. He's not only controlling your house, but he's controlling your religion. You can't even be a religious person. And I still say to this day, people will stop this stupid chaos if you back it up the right way. It's like Grandma said, you do the crime, you do the time. You pay for it. Instead of filibustering around, we even do that in our Congress now, filibustering around, back and forth, you know what I'm saying? "Oh no, we got to argue about this, we got to argue," just wasting people's time and money. Somebody could probably live if you make a good decision and get it up and going, and that could help save them. But no, you can act right away when it comes to giving our money away to foreign people, because you know why? That person's worth $200,000 to you, $300,000 to you. "Hey, go have some babies. We're going to give you $2,500 more a year. And you know what? Because you're going to rock the vote with that. Y'all wanted to be in power forever. Yeah, we have elections. But it was set up on y'all winning. Biden came in. Hillary was there. Obama was there. And it came out that Obama had it all set up. Russia collusion. Epstein, but they never touched it. Never said a word because they knew they couldn't get Trump on nothing. If they could, they would have brought that up 8 years ago, 10 years ago. And come to find out, he had it all set up. It was a shoe-in. I remember how proud Hillary was talking up there, "Oh no, I'll be ready for the next president." Shoe-in. She hates Trump with a passion. And then we would have kept going right on down the line to Sodom and Gomorrah. You imagine old Hillary being in there? Do you imagine Kamala being in there? And then we got AOC coming, the bandage girl. The reason why I call her bandage girl, every time she opens her mouth, you need to put a Band-Aid over it. Even when I mention her name, my camera shakes. You know what I'm saying? And it's terrible. And these people, if you put these people in the right predicament, send them over to Russia. Go around there running with your gay flags and kicking up, spitting and shooting birds to America. You won't make it past Main Street. Send them over to China. Send them over to Little Rocket Man, North Korea. Oh, you won't make it. Woo, 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 woo. You gone. We won't even see you. See, the people know where to act a fool at. I know certain neighborhoods when I was coming up. Old man Jesse said, don't come in this yard. Everybody was scared to go there. Everybody had that in their neighborhood. We coming out there, oh, he a voodoo man, or he this or that. No, he don't play the radio. Kids respect him. They like him, but they respect him. And that's what we got going on now. It's terrible what has happened. Now, we have the Olympics, and we got Chris Lillis, I believe that's his name. He's Team USA. And he's an ice skater. Instead of him keeping focus on the Olympics, his focus was on people's rights and treating them fairly. Some things going over here that he said he didn't agree with. And it's terrible that the world has to see it. Man, get on them freaking skates and skate. Go get that goal. We don't want to hear the politics. We hear it night and day. Okay. We got Amber Glenn saying that he hoped people come together and fight for their rights. And she said that even though they're fighting for their rights, it's affecting queer people, but it's also affecting the regular community. What's it got to do with the Olympics? Nobody want to hear about that junk. And you know, you look at where we are and the backlash, how people are using freedom of speech. They know there's certain things you shouldn't say. You give them an inch, they take 3 miles. And they're using this as a battering ram to downgrade America. But you know what? You can't push them out of here. They like the benefits, they like the food, they like the water, country flowing of milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? But they talk bad against it. You got Janky Boy got to talk to you tonight because Janky Boy had to come out. You got Ion Humar, ain't worth a freaking quarter. Hate white men with a passion. She wouldn't be found with one. They're terrible people. They're hateful people. Okay. She got over 30 million. 30 to 40 million. Husband's got about 20. And guess what? He's a white man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure her brother got taken care of too. You know, because she was shacked up with him, living with him. And plenty of love making going on there. Probably didn't have a little mongoloid because it would have come out, they all ugly anyway. It would have come out ugly. You know what I'm saying? A bob or whatever. All of them. But they want to talk about other people's morals, other people's ways, and bash them. We've gotten weak over the years. China, Russia, Ukraine, Canada, all of these countries have always been strong, but they might be relatively weak on arms and building up restraints for themselves, but there was always respect. You respected your president, you know what I'm saying? You respected the laws of the country. You don't dare go out there fighting ICE. You don't dare go out there fighting cops. You a dead man. And I believe if you're going to go out there and do that, ICE, cops, they got every right to blow your brains away because that does not contain to you. They are acting on this person who's a criminal, you know what I'm saying, who's not vetted, boarded over here the wrong way. If they leave in a calm, equable way, you know you're wrong, that's fine. But if they want to fight and put up a fight and cause havoc, bam, bam, bam. And believe me, oh, you had some riffraff, people stirring up and getting mad, but the changes would be relevant, quick. You know what I'm saying? And then you say, wow, that was cold, that was wrong. But it was done because it needed to be done. I'm giving y'all a right. You got ways to get out here and stuff. You want to fight. You want to rape our women. You want to rape our kids. You want to rob us. And then people, they're taking not thousands, not millions. They up into the billions now. Robbing. No wonder the country broke. Why can't you distribute that against Americans who are putting into that? Now, I'll be looking at, what is it, 2033? People going to get, 8% less on their Social Security because even our government is talking about breaking the tariffs. For once, we're getting money back where we should, even though Trump is reversing that. Why? Why do we always bend down and take the lower end of things? You know, and since Trump, you know, he's ready to move on the SAVE Act. They're fighting against that. You know why Democrats are fighting against that? Schumer, Hakeem, all of them suckers are fighting against it because they don't want you to rock the vote. You know, here's the kicker to it, y'all. Make it make sense to Big Daddy. When you go to one of their inaugurations or one of their ranting assemblies where they're boosting themselves up and everything, you got to show ID, you got to show registration before you get in there. You get on a plane, you got to show ID, show registration. You get a driver's license, you got to show ID. Of course, they're letting them get away with it. Newsom and all of them and Priscilla killing people on the road. But they changing that now. But you have to show ID. You want that house, you got to show ID. Even people that are sitters, they change the title, but they have to show ID. It's who you are. And it should be more important when it comes to your country. But when it comes to your country, you know what they say? They show you how much they care about the country. Oh, you don't need no ID, just go in there and vote. Why you had to vote Democrat? You see what I'm saying? But then you take that same person who you want to vote for America, in America for you, and when it's come to your venue so you can talk all your lies and trash and stuff, don't let him in, he looks shady. Let's check his ID. Let's run a background check on him, see who he is. But when it comes for the people who you're supposed to be fighting for in your district, looking out for them, oh, you don't need no ID. There's a two-partisan law here, and being a black man not going to the race card, I'm used to that. But you have to find ways to get around it. But it should not be that way in law and order. Not at all. And the Americans, 83% has put up that they want the Save America Act. So we need to put Schumer, the Hakeems, the Waters, all of them up there and explain to us why we shouldn't have that. Put them to the test. You know what I'm saying? And don't come up with this Jim Crow 2.0 because we know about that already. But people, let me tell you something. We love you